What led to this sudden realization? And would you say that the church not doing this in the past was a failure on its part?
Yes, majorly. The majority of the church leadership didn't want to be involved at all because the politics was being played in such a dirty manner.
It's still dirty.
So, no. We have realized that if a clean man lives in a dirty environment, that environment is bound to be clean. And that's why we have realized this, and we have said, no, let our members be involved, let everybody be involved prayerfully, and also participate actively. We have realized that now, and we are serious.
So that the religious bodies make a mistake before?
Well, that's your terminology. You may call it mistake, but we didn't know it earlier.
What do you call it?
I was involved. So I wouldn't say speak for order, but generally speaking, they were quite separated from governance, believing that they wouldn't want to dirty themselves or stain their credibility. But now I think we've got the instrument. We have realized that our staying away has never helped the economy at all.
I understand to this conversation when I asked about in what ways religious organizations have contributed to, and to what extent have they contributed to the state of the nation currently. You said that your role is that of prayer and use another term.
I said, yes, now we'll continue to pray.
Just a moment. Let's go back to that. You said prayer and I think you
work.
Said... No, initially something about prayer and advisory or counseling.
Yes, prayer and counseling, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Prayer and counseling. That has been the role that you've been playing, that you're supposed to play.
Yes.
So now that we are approaching the 2023 general elections, does that remain the role of religious organizations, that of prayer and counseling, or is that role further expanded to include other things now?
Well, we are still praying. We are still counseling, but we are doing more by going out to do. Politics is too serious to be left with politicians alone. It is all about taking power, acquisition of power, and to lead people. And so it is too serious, too huge to be left with politicians alone. We all are being affected. Look at how bad and terrible the economy is. The church is affected. Its members are affected. Everybody is affected. So we are concerned now to go beyond advisory or counsel. We could go beyond prayer. We are still praying. We are still counseling. But also to get ourselves involved, participate actively. Now, how do we do that? The first strata we developed was to ensure that we mobilize our church members to ensure that they get their voters card. If you don't get the voters card, you can't participate actively. In fact, we even ask our members to get registered with the political parties. It is only there you can bring out candidates. And so there was a day we did Operation Show Your PVC on church service. That you'll be shocked that the members of the body of Christ today in Rivers State, a lot of people have their PVC cards now, and they are ready to vote. And we leaders are also ready to go out to vote. Not only to vote, to direct our people on what to do during the voting period.
When you say direct your people on what to do, does the role of the religious bodies include directing worshippers or followers or adherents to the faith as to who to vote for, what party, what candidate to vote for?
Dayo, what is the role of the church? This is the type of statement people make, and I tell them no. You have to have a proper understanding about the church. The church is about spirituality and also works. In an attempt to do works, you serve. There are church leaders, you've just said so. There are leaders, there are men of God who have been in governance. And there are people, today the vice president of this country is a pastor. So our role is not just pray alone, but also to do works. Prayer is faith, that's spirituality. Now, work is physicality. And let me tell you, we have been praying and praying without coming out to do the needful. And that's why the economy is like this.
Does the work include directing your adherents on who to vote for?
Oh, yes. We are a group of people. We are Nigerians. We have our rights. We have our voice. We have freedom of association, freedom of speech. Yes. Emphatically, yes, and we are very serious about it. The politicians, the so-called politicians who have been despising the church, who has been treating the church leadership with disdain, we will meet them at the pool this time around. Let me tell you something very interesting. That there is no state like Rivers State where we have 90-something% Christians, predominantly a Christian state. Of course, you heard that declaration from the governor of the state, and that is true by our own calculation. So, if we are a group of people, we will tell you that most of these politicians who are in the political parties are our members. We will also tell them politicians, leadership in political parties direct their people to vote their candidates.